we've done the first two parts of this problem correctly, the last part is super easy because all the information's in front of us. So they simply ask us to record the interest expense on all the three years or interest payment periods, and then the payment of the note at maturity. So I've summarized a couple of things for us here. I left the amortization table here that we created in the last requirement, and I've put here for us just a visual of the T account, the balance in each of the bond payable and the discount associated with this bond payable, as we discussed in the first part of the problem. So the way I've set it up is like this. Each year we're going to have a similar entry. We're going to debit interest expense to get the right amount of interest into that income statement. We're going to credit cash for the amount we're going to have to pay, and then we're going to reduce the discount by a little bit. So for year one, the interest expense, and this we're just going to pull it right off the table. So it's the 58,166.78. The cash we're going to pay, remember we're not paying that amount. The terms of the note agreed to 24 grand. And the discount, again, you could just take the difference between the two to make the entry balance, or you could go up to here and you could say this is the discount, this 166.78. Now if I take this discount and I plug it in to the, so if I post it to the account, 166.78, what you would notice is the size of the discount is shrinking a little bit. The size of the bond payable stays the same. So there's my entry for the first year. The entry for the second year, I'm also going to debit interest expense, but it's for a different amount. It's the amount the interest that the table tells me. The cash is going to be the same. And then the size of the discount that we're the amount of discount we're amortizing is also changing. So there's your second year's entry. Again, part of that discount discount amount gets posted to the discount account, and it's reducing yet even more. In the third year, I guess I didn't have enough room here. I ran out of space. I'll just do this right below. So year three, very simple, right? We're going to take the interest expense given to us by our table, our calculations. The cash, again, comes from here, same contractual amount. And the discount comes from the table as well. Again, there's a rounding error here, but we'll ignore that for now, saying it's immaterial. So that's my entry for year three. And this amount would get posted from the discount, 42,858.81. And what you would notice is after all those payments are made, the balance in the discount would be zero. All the credits would equal all the debits. We have a slight rounding error here. We'll assume that doesn't exist. We would force it to go away. We would just manipulate this last payment amount so the ending balance is zero. So what that means is that once this note matures, and now it's going to mature because all three payments have been made, the discount amount is gone. That's no longer on the balance sheet. But the bond payable account, the amount that we owe is right here, the $600,000. So when we pay that at maturity, what's going to happen is the bonds payable is going to be eliminated. We debit bonds payable for the $600,000, not $60,000, the entire amount. And we would simply credit cash because the terms of the agreement say that you'll come up with 600 grand at maturity. This would get posted through to this account, and you'll notice now the bond payable account is zero. So that's the final portion of this problem. Fairly straightforward once you've done the first two correctly.